Hi everyone, here is another video. My name is Joe Omole. The topic for today is relationship between Hegelian dialectics and Marxist dialectical materialism. Hegelian dialectics and Marxist dialectical materialism are two different forms of dialectical thinking with some similarities and differences. Hegelian dialectics, developed by German philosopher George William Frederic Hegel, emphasizes the development of ideas through the resolution of contradictions. Hegel argued that all things are interconnected and that the world is constantly changing through the tension between opposing forces. According to Hegelian dialectics, progress is made through the resolution of these contradictions, leading to a higher synthesis. Marxist dialectical materialism, on the other hand, emphasizes the importance of material conditions in shaping society and history. Marx believed that material conditions such as economic and social relationships were the primary drivers of historical development. According to the dialectical materialism, contradictions arise from the clash between the existing economic and social order and the potential for change. Marx was influenced by Hegelian dialectics but modified it to fit his materialist worldview. Marx's dialectical materialism retained the idea of resolving contradictions to move forward, but focused on the material conditions of society as the source of these contradictions, while Hegelian dialectics and Marxist dialectical materialism emphasize the resolution of contradictions to move forward. Hegelian dialectics focuses on the development of ideas, while Marxist dialectical materialism focuses on material conditions as the primary driver of historical development. Hegelian dialectics and Marxist dialectical materialism also have different views on the nature of reality. Hegel believed that reality is a product of the mind, while Marx believed that reality is objective and exists independently of the mind. Marx saw material conditions such as class struggle as the driving force behind historical development, while Hegel saw the development of ideas and the progress of consciousness as the primary drivers. Despite these differences, Marx was heavily influenced by Hegelian dialectics, particularly in the emphasis on the importance of historical development and the need to resolve contradictions in order to move forward. Marxist dialectical materialism can be seen as a materialist interpretation of Hegelian dialectics, with an emphasis on the rate of economic and social conditions in shaping history. Hegelian dialectics and Marxist dialectical materialism share some similarities in their emphasis on resolving contradictions to move forward, but differ in their views on the nature of reality, the role of individuals in historical development, and primary drivers of historical change. Marx built on Hegelian dialectics but modified it to fit the materialist worldview, resulting in a unique theory of historical development and social change. Another difference between Hegelian dialectics and Marxist dialectical materialism is their view on the end goal of historical development. Hegel believed that the end goal of history was the realization of the absolute spirit, or the highest stage of human consciousness. In contrast, Marx saw historical development as leading to a classless society where there would be no exploitation or oppression. For Marx, the end goal was the establishment of communism, a society where the means of production are owned and controlled by the working class. Hegelian dialectics and Marxist dialectical materialism have several differences in their views on the nature of reality, the role of individuals, the end goal of historical development, and the primary drivers of social change. However, they also share commonalities in their method of analysis and their emphasis on the resolution of contradictions. While there are important differences between Hegelian dialectics and Marxist dialectical materialism, both approaches share a belief in the importance of resolving conflicts, contradictions in order to achieve progress and change. However, they differ in their approach to understanding history, with Hegelian dialectics emphasizing the development of ideas and Marxist dialectical materialism emphasizing the role of economic and social relationships. Another significant difference between Hegelian dialectics and Marxist dialectical materialism is their views on the role of the state. Hegel saw the state as the embodiment of reason and the agent responsible for guiding society towards progress. He believed that the state had a duty to regulate and control individual behavior to ensure the well-being of society as a whole. In contrast, Marx viewed the state as an instrument of the ruling class and as a means of enforcing their interests. He saw the state as a tool of oppression that served to maintain the power of the ruling class and protect their property rights. Marx believed that the ultimate goal of the proletariat was to overthrow the capitalist state and establish a socialist state, which would eventually wither away as the need for distinctions disappeared. Another difference between the two approaches is their understanding of the nature of contradiction. For Hegel, contradiction is a product of the development of ideas and consciousness, while Marx, contradiction arises from the class struggle between the ruling class and the working class. Marx argued that the contradictions within capitalism, such as exploitation of workers and the tendency towards economic crisis, would eventually lead to its downfall and the establishment of a socialist system. Despite these differences, both Hegelian dialectics and Marxist dialectical materialism share a common emphasis on the importance of history and historical development. They both view history as a process of development and change, driven by resolution of contradictions. However, they differ in their understanding of the driving force behind historical development, the role of the state, and the nature of contradictions. Hegelian dialectics and Marxist dialectical materialism have significant differences in their views on the role of the state, the nature of the contradiction, and the driving force behind historical development. However, they share commonalities in their emphasis on history and the importance of resolving contradictions in order to achieve progress and change. Thank you very much. Please click on the like and subscribe buttons and make comments if need be. Thank you very much.